I'm Bushra Waqas Khan and I'm a visual artist. I graduated as a printmaker in 2008 from NCA, National College of Arts. My first magical moment that I remember is back when I was in grade 1. I was in the classroom and we had this color assignment where you have to make something, and I made a tree. Somehow I did not have green color in my geometry box, and I was too shy to ask a boy sitting next to me that can I borrow your color, and I started experimenting just by mixing up those colors. Somehow I mixed yellow and blue and it came out to be green. For me, that was a magical moment. I was like, oh, it's wonderful. So we are 4 sisters and 2 brothers. I'm the youngest one in the sisters. I have always seen that desperation in the family of having a boy. And it affected me somehow that why is it so important to have a male heir in the family? Learning that day by day, it is opening up on so many other platforms. Just like a piece of heirloom is transferred from mother to daughter, the same way this affidavit paper, the stamp paper that I work with, is transferred from a father to a male heir in the family. This was given to us by the Britishers. When we were colonized, when they left us, they gave us their law, which we are still following. It was a practice in Britain that if there was no male heir in the family, the fortune was not passed to the daughter in the family. They used to find another male member of the family and get their daughter married to him, so that the fortune remains in the family but not directly transferred to the daughter. And we still see this camouflage of that region which is rooted in us, because we've been colonized by so many other civilizations and everyone left their mark. We see it in our everyday lives, we see it in our architecture. And this is how they have formed us. Like, we do take a struggle to identify ourselves, that who we are. And this is, I think, what being colonized do to you. So what I'm doing now is an extension of what I did during my thesis. At that time, I was making collage of sartorial garments that we wear on different kind of occasions. And I was embellishing them with cutouts from a stamp paper. And it's connected to all of us in somehow. If you possess something, you sign it. If you are getting married, you sign it. You're getting divorced, you sign it. It's just this small piece of paper is, crawling in our lives in a very subtle way that its value becomes much more than what we say. It's something which becomes very important in our everyday lives, and how we are connected to it, just like our garments. They become just like our apparel. It becomes very important for all of us. So my father always used to get numerous photocopies of it, and this is what I did back in my thesis time. I used to get a stamp paper, and then I used to get a lot of photocopies, and then I cut and collage them and started making my own motifs. I used to think that this is something that protects you. Your possessions protect you, just like our piece of garments. There's something that camouflage you, and they work like a barrier between your skin and the outside. I don't call myself like a dressmaker. I don't bound myself to a particular imagery. It's something that work allows me the freedom to play with what silhouette it beholds. So a lot of embroideries, a lot of print, a lot of shapes, a lot of patterns, a lot of motifs. So there's a lot that I need to, I gather it and then connecting them. Even it's like a surprise moment for myself when I make them. Just like the surprise as a printmaker, you never know how much ink the paper has picked up from the plate. So in the same way, the end result is a surprise. I don't know how much printing transferred to the fabric. And then I enjoy that misprints. I enjoy those little interruptions. I enjoy how the end product is something that cannot be controlled. Because the way I work, it's very organic. There is no trace underneath. So the pattern has to follow a precise way to complete it. Whatever I was creating or the motifs that I was making looked very Western for me. So no matter whatever I was designing, because all that foliage and all those dots and lines and filigree was taking me back to the Western roots. It's more like the bitter truth, but I want to say it in a very beautiful way, to make it attractive first for the viewer and then get to know the deeper meaning, what lay behind it. Nathu is our third child. It's very dear and it's very close to us. We had been connected to a lot of charity works back in our village. So myself and my partner, we always used to question each other that how can we be more connected to it? Like, how can we make sure that we are there for them? How can we indulge our practices with those kids? And then when the world was in a pause time, COVID time, we were spending a lot of time together. And there it clicked. Let's see where we started. We never had that help when we were kids. So maybe with this project Nathu, we might help even a single individual to pursue their career. So what we do is, we take this very tender, very raw, very beautiful age of 4 to 7 years and we do drawing workshops with them. Because that's the mind which is very organic. There is no concept building at that age. But they are like sponges. They observe a lot. And they are the ones who need the least training. So we follow the rules of that very tender age to just little bit mentor them or polish them or see their ideas, how they think. We give them complete liberty. This is what we are lacking in our education system as well. Even in art class, kids are told to color inside the lines. And once you grow up, they tell you, think out of the box. So this is where, the war starts. When as a child, you are told to color inside the lines, you cannot think out of the box when you grow up. The way I see it, we women play a lot of roles in our lives. A daughter, a wife, a mother, a sister. I've been playing all of these for so long. Like sometimes I had to prove to my parents as a daughter, and then to my brothers as a sister, to my partner as a wife. And then I have to also put that good layer for my kids as well, if I have to or if I don't have to. So this is how we women go through. We play a lot of roles in our lives with a very good smile.